Welcome back to Mental Models Daily, where we explore one mental model each day to help you elevate your daily decision-making. Today, we're diving into a powerful concept that's reshaping how we think about adaptation and success, the pivot. A pivot is a structured course correction that fundamentally changes a core aspect of your strategy while maintaining your overall vision. It's not about completely abandoning your path. Rather, it's about taking what you've learned and using it to make a calculated shift in direction. Think of it as a ship adjusting its course mid-journey based on new weather data, rather than choosing an entirely new destination. One of the most fascinating historical examples of a pivot comes from Western Union. Founded in 1851 as a telegraph company, they made a crucial pivot in the 1870s that would define their future. As the telegram business began to boom, they noticed that customers were using their telegraph network to transfer money. Instead of staying purely focused on communications, they pivoted to embrace financial services, creating the first electronic money transfer system. This pivot laid the groundwork for what would become their primary business for the next 150 years, showing how a well-executed pivot can unlock entirely new opportunities. In the modern business landscape, consider the story of Slack. The company began as Tiny Speck, developing a multiplayer online game called Glitch. When the game failed to gain traction, instead of shutting down, they pivoted to focus on the internal communication tool they had built for their development team. This tool became Slack, which transformed workplace communication and grew into a multi-billion-dollar platform. The key wasn't that they abandoned their team or their technical expertise. They pivoted to apply their strengths in a new direction that provided more value. So how can we apply the concept of pivoting in our daily lives? Firstly, we can use it to navigate career transitions. Instead of viewing career changes as starting over, think about how your existing skills and experiences can be pivoted into new opportunities. A teacher's ability to explain complex concepts might pivot perfectly into corporate training, while a salesperson's relationship-building skills could excel in non-profit fundraising. It's like having a career compass that helps you navigate changes while building on your strengths. Secondly, we can apply it to personal projects and goals. When facing obstacles, instead of giving up or pushing harder in the same direction, consider how you might pivot. If your fitness goal of running isn't working due to joint issues, you might pivot to swimming while maintaining your core goal of cardiovascular health. It's like having a strategic reset button that helps you find alternative paths to your destination. Thirdly, we can use it for problem solving in relationships. When communication strategies aren't working, instead of repeating the same patterns, pivot to a new approach while maintaining your underlying goal of connection. This might mean shifting from direct conversations to shared activities, or from text messages to face-to-face interactions. It's like having an emotional GPS that helps you find new routes to understanding. In conclusion, the pivot model teaches us that success often requires strategic adaptation, rather than blind persistence or complete reinvention. By understanding when and how to pivot, we can maintain our core values and accumulated knowledge while adjusting our approach to changing circumstances. In a world where change is constant, the ability to pivot effectively becomes a crucial skill for personal and professional growth. Thank you for joining me today on Mental Models Daily. Until next time, may your adaptations be strategic, your changes be purposeful, and your pivots lead to new opportunities. For more mental models, please visit mentalmodelsdaily.com or find us on X or Instagram. Our podcast music was provided by thepodcasthost.com and Alitu, the podcast maker. Find your own free podcast music over at thepodcasthost.com/free music.